Okay, I'm excited because on Doodling with Purpose, we're back to exactly that, doodling. We spent a lot of time doing vocabulary and learning the structure of the language. We've talked about the different sounds, the singles, the doubles, the triples, determinatives. Now we're going to introduce and focus on the ideograms. So as we said last week in our introduction to ideograms, this is when the sign is actually the object it is, and most often it is done through the addition of a stroke line, which can either be below or to the side. So these were the four we looked at last week: I, praise, office, and come, the verb, like to come. And the thing is, there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of determinatives out there. And one of the reasons that we don't spend time learning all the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of determinatives is because if it is not one of the sound signs and it's not an ideogram, then it's a determinative. So you don't need to sort of learn all of those. The hard part was learning all of the sounds, learning the single sound glyphs, the double sound, and the triple sound. Now that we've gotten past that, and we've gone through this actually twice now in the course, you'll notice we do a lot of things twice. It's deliberate because that's how the scribes did it, repetition. Well, now we're going to look at the ideograms. There's only about 50 or so common ones, and they do have sounds. I forgot to give you guys the sounds for the four that we did last week, so let's actually do that. I, my is I. Praise is aua. Office is ea. And come is a, or I. There you are. All right, I will give you the pronunciation of each ideogram, and some of them you're going to note are incredibly easy because you already know them. Let's jump in. We're going to do 4 a week here. It's going to be fun. We haven't doodled in a while. So the first one we're doing is a pillar. We're going to start by making a V. We're going to break everything down. Then we'll do 2 straight lines down and connect them at the bottom. Add detail, line at the top, line across, and now add your stroke line, which can either be below it or to the side. So there you go. That is the pillar. Eoin, eoin, which is also the 3 consonant. You already know that one. All right, another one you probably know but wasn't a sound glyph is heart, which is ib. We've actually done this one before, starting with a line and then 2 curves up. Now we're going to make the where the arteries flow from with 2 kind of T's there, then cross it and give it a little hat at the top by doing 2 lines up and another line across. That is ib, the heart. So this is used a lot as an ideogram, and it can also refer to, of the heart, all sorts of, again, stroke line below it or stroke line next to it. West. All right, here's our kind of tricky one for the week. So it's going to start with kind of like a loaf, like when you're doing a T. It's not a T, though, because we're actually making a staff, which is done with a long line and a short, and then put a feather on top. Now you know how to do a feather because it's the double consonant schw sound. So you're just taking a schw and putting it on top of this scepter. Now we're going to draw another loaf, a T, it's the second word sound, and then a 3-hilled valley or desert, or you could think of it as kind of looks like a crown. What it represents is the word west. So it's a scepter, T, so Inuit is west, and it's represented by the scepter with a feather, the loaf, and the 3 sand dune, as I will refer to it. It's either 3 hills, 3 sand dunes, etc. And it's a little complicated because this one is 3 different signs. The feather is considered part of the scepter, so it's 3. It's the scepter with feather. All right, let's do an easy one now. Arm. Hey, what do you know? You already know this one. Arm. So, yes, the A, that is also an arm, just put a stroke line under it. Boom, you're done. See, you do some tricky ones, but I give you some easy ones too. So, awesomeness. All right, much like house when we get to that. Per, just throw a stroke line there, and now it becomes house instead of just the sound per. But you still pronounce it per, and you still pronounce it A. All right, see, there you go. Ideograms are not too tricky. We already knew the pillar because it's actually the 3 consonant sound that we've done. We've done heart before. Inuit west was a little tricky. And then A, arm. That was our second glyph, third glyph, way back when. So, and just to remind you of the sounds for both this week's and then for last week, because I realized that, I didn't actually give you the sounds. So that way you can write those all down. Awesome. We got some fun doodling in the next few weeks as we do kind of the 50 or so ideograms. So strap on tight. The ride goes awesome from here on Doodling with Purpose. Thanks for watching.